All right, welcome back to part two of lesson seven. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a type on a path. So we want to make sure that we select the model layer. The model layer is selected, and you can create a path um, on a line. It has anchor points, and you can type your horizontal text on or type on there. Um, Depending on how you create it. There's one created for us in this lesson. So um, we need to go to window, and then we're going to go to paths, and that's going to open it up. If it just opened up like a little window for you like this, you can grab it there by the top. When that light area turns blue, that's where it'll put it. This is the symbol for it. And if we click on that, it's going to show the little speech path that's been created for us. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to put the type on there. We're going to select our horizontal type tool. In the options bar, we're going to make sure that right aligned is selected. That's this one right here. Our font family is going to be Myriad Pro. Font style is regular. 14 point is the font size. Our tracking should be at -10. Our color should be white. And then we want to make sure that all caps is highlighted. So that's all caps. All right. So we're going to move the horizontal type tool over the path. When you see a small little slanted line appear across the I bar, we're going to click near the end of the path that's closest to the model's mouth and drag it to the left a little bit. So you see that? Drag it left a little bit, and you're going to see your default text pop up. We need to type what's new in 3D type. What's new in 3D type with a question mark. All right. So as you type on the path, the text is added from the right, moving left because we have right align text selected. All right. All right. We're going to go ahead and select 3D, the word 3D type and the question mark. And we're going to make that bold up here. So now that's bold. And we're going to go ahead and hit the check mark to accept our changes. So in the layers panel, we're going to select what's new in 3D type. If you just click and drag it down to the plus sign, that is going to copy it. So now we have two of them. You can't really see it because it's underneath each other. But the one that says copy in it, we're going to go ahead and we're going to edit that. So if you go to edit, free transform path, we're going to go up here in the top where the degrees are and type 15 degrees, hit enter. That's going to turn it a little bit. I'm going to grab my move tool and we're going to move that up and out of the way. Go back to my type tool and we're going to change the words 3D to web. And hit the check mark to confirm. And then let's do that what's new in 3D type again and copy that one again. And then edit, free transform path. This time we're going to do, let's do -15. And then you can either hit the check mark or done. Grab your move tool, move that bad boy down. And we're going to grab our text tool again, or type tool again, and grab 3D type, and then just type type effects. All right. Hit the check mark to confirm it, and make sure we save our file. All right, we're saved, and we have those 3 different lines of text. I just wanted to move it up a little bit to make it a little bit neater. All right, next thing we're going to do is going to warp the point type. So the text on a curvy path is more interesting than straight lines would be, but we can warp the text to make it more plateful. So if we right click on that type layer, we can go to warp text right there. Click on that. And we're going to choose wave. Make sure horizontal is checked. And then we're going to do 33, negative 23, and then +5. Now you can see how it changed it, made it a little bit more playful. And we're going to do that for all of these text layers. So wave, 33, negative 23, negative 23, and then 5, then hit OK. And the last one, warp text, wave, 33, negative 23, 5, and hit OK. Cool. You can also tell that our little icon changed on our layer. It just indicates that it's a warped text layer now, not just a regular text layer. All right. We did that. So let's save that. And that's saved. Next thing we're going to do is designing paragraphs of type. So all the text that we've added so far has been point type because it's a single line. However, many designs call for full paragraphs of text. You can add paragraph type and apply paragraph styles, and you don't have to switch to a dedicated page layout program for sophisticated paragraph type controls. You can do it right here in Photoshop. So we're going to use guides for our positioning. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our vertical ruler on the left, click and drag out a guide, and we're going to put it about 1/4 of an inch from the right edge. So 8.25. If you're having trouble, remember you can hold shift and it'll pop it right there and let go. And then we're going to go from the top and we're going to drag it down to approximately like 2 inches from the top. So hold shift and it pops right in. So now we have our guide set up, and we're going to add a paragraph from a sticky note. So if you've noticed on our image, we have a little sticky note down here. You're supposed to be able to click on the bottom, like little folded part right there, and it'll turn to like a black arrow, and you should be able to like double click it and open it up. Um, I haven't had luck doing that lately. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. If it doesn't work for you, too easy. You just go to Window, click on Notes, and it'll pop up your little window for notes, right? Uh, there we go. I just had to click on it a whole bunch of times until it finally like opened. So the notes are included in here, and these are the notes that we're going to be adding um, to our image. They should be all selected when you open it up. If not, you can just click and drag and highlight them all, and then right click and copy, or you can just hit Control C. Either way, no big deal. Um, we're going to go ahead and click on our horizontal type tool. I find it easier to go ahead and switch the color to white if it's not on white, because it will be hard to see. But we're going to place our cursor up here in the top right, click, and then drag a box about 4 by 6 inches big. All right, doesn't have to be exact. Basically filling up that whole little area right there, right? And you see how it put the default text in there? I am going to go ahead and hit Control V, and that's going to paste in the text from our notes, right? So we don't need our notepad anymore. But we are going to select the first 3 lines. So if the trend cast, if you click and highlight those, um, we're going to go ahead and edit this first. Myriad Pro is the family we want. We're going to change that to regular. And then we're going to change the font size to 70. And then we're going to change the leading to 55. And then the tracking to 50. And we already chose the color white, so we're good there. So with all this text still selected, you want to make sure you have the right align text button in the options bar up here still selected. That's still good. And then we're going to select just the word trend. We're going to make that bad boy red or bold. All right, and then let's select the rest of the text down here that we added. Myriad Pro, regular. We're going to change it to 22. The leading is going to be 28. And then tracking is at 0. We're going to deselect the all caps button right here. All right, that looks good. But it kind of looks all the same, so let's make it stand out more. We're going to select what's hot, make it bold, and put it to 28. And what's not, Let's make that bold, and 28 as well. Awesome. So let's go back up and select the word trend. And we're going to change the color to a blue color. So we're going to change the RGB. So RGB, R is going to be 0. G is going to be 174. And then 239 for the blue. It gives us a cool Nolan blue. And hit OK. Hit the check mark to confirm it. And there we go. That looks pretty good. And we're going to go ahead and file, save. All right. Let's go ahead and get ready to finish up. We're going to clean up some of these things on our picture. So we're going to go ahead. Let's move our contextual toolbar. If we right click, let's go to our move tool. And then right click. Why didn't it select the move tool? Move tool. There we go. Let's right click on our note here. And you should get the window that pops up. Delete note. Let's delete it. Beautiful. We don't need that. If we go to view and then show guides, if you uncheck that, it'll get rid of our guides. And then let's go to file and save. It saved it for us. All right. Now we have that part done. Looks good. So there is a new thing in Photoshop, and you can use match fonts to keep your projects consistent. So let's say you wanted to match a font that you had in like another project that you were doing, right? You could take like a screenshot of that font, save it as an image, and let's go to file and then open. And if we go to our download folder, we downloaded this font right here and open it. Say we wanted to use this font for our project, but we don't remember what the name of it is. If you look at the fonts, there's like a million of them in here. It's too hard to like figure out what it was. So I don't know what we're gonna do, but Photoshop will let us figure it out. So we're gonna use the rectangular marquee tool right here, and you can select your font or your words right there that contains that font. And we're going to go to type up here at the top, and you can click on match font. So it's going to search and search until it finds one that is similar. And then you can be like, oh yeah, it was Bichem Script Pro 3 regular that I was using, or whatever one it turns out to be. And then whichever one you want to use, you can go ahead and click on it and it'll select it for you. And now you can use that font in whatever project you're using. So really don't have to do anything to this assignment, but this will help you when we do our next little project this week, and it'll help you when we do our next little project next week, and then the final project before we go on Christmas break. This will help you if you want a specific font. So Um, that's all we're going to do for this. You can go ahead and, you know, you're going to save a copy to your download folder as a JPEG to turn in. And then you're going to save a PSD to turn in. And you should be good to go. And I will see you in the next video.